Welcome to Off Grid News. This is the news that's not fit to print. The CDC has overcounted the number of people who are vaccinated by including second dose and boosters as first jabs. One mother of a 5-year-old homeschooled daughter said, "Perhaps they will hire my little Janie to count for them." Apparently, the CDC went to public schools where they stopped teaching math, she said. Throw out Procter & Gamble hair products with cancer-causing chemicals, the FDA says. They recalled products containing benzene. Please check the labels. Big Pharma said now they're making billions on the vaccine. They don't want to invest anymore for a cure for cancer. So now we've ordered the FDA to recall all cancer-causing products. Up to 15 million people, including 6 million kids, are at risk of losing Medicaid coverage once the public health emergency ends. Official says it's okay, folks are losing coverage. The vaccine is free. Dr. Fauci says Omicron variant is raging through the world, but doesn't foresee a lockdown. Dr. Fauci says Omicron variant is raging through the world and expects a U.S. lockdown. The Atlantic reports the CDC might update the definition of fully vaccinated, meaning everyone will be back to loss of freedom. We just can't have people out and about, said one reader. 75 concerned Missouri parents and students reported schools who are forcing mask mandates to the Missouri State Attorney General after he asked parents to report schools who violate Cole County judge's ruling that public health orders are unconstitutional. One supporter of the mask mandate said, "It's not fair. Only people should be reported are people not wearing masks. I hate when I can see a man smile at me." Two New York Police Department supervisors are accused of submitting fake vaccine cards while crime is on the rise because of the catch and release policies in New York City. Florida said, "Come on down here. We'll hire you and we'll let you throw criminals in jail." Boeing dropped the vaccine mandate for U.S. workers, joining Amtrak and other major federal contractors. In a statement, Boeing said, that didn't work. OSHA vaccine mandate penalties to start January 10th. In a statement, Boeing said, now what? Virus infections after vaccines may create what's called a super immunity, a study finds. This is different than what is known as the super duper expialidocious immunity after a person gets the virus 10 times. CDC warns Omicron wave is coming. The wave will be nothing like we have ever seen. The wave will wash away coastal cities and sweep through the plains. Oh wait, we were talking about the virus. Sorry. NFL loosens its virus protocols over the weekend as the league was forced to postpone several games to a rise in cases. In a turn of events, the above statement makes absolutely no sense to anyone. Twitter exploded after Biden's administration makes ridiculous claim about the Afghanistan withdrawal. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan declared that this past summer's withdrawal from Afghanistan, in which 13 service members were killed, dozens of Afghans wounded, hundreds of Americans left behind, and billions of dollars of equipment abandoned, was in fact considered safe and effective. In other news, Webster Dictionary recently changed the definition of safety to mean a few people not killed and injured, and effective to mean not to a loss of trillions of dollars. The Biden administration sent a memo to news outlets this weekend informing them of how terrific of a job the administration did this year, which included inflation at a record high, disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, a border crisis. More people died from the virus this year than last year. Wait. Carolyn, my notes must be wrong. Vice President Harris said Friday that the administration was floored when virus variants swept across the nation after Biden declared the virus under control in July. By controlled, he meant Trump was no longer president. Harris continued by saying, "We didn't see Delta coming. We didn't see Omicron coming," despite warnings from the scientific community. When asked, they said, "How could the virus not realize that it was no longer needed to get Trump out of office?" The virus vaccine has been touted as safe by both the scientific and political communities. However, refugees from nations like war-torn Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Myanmar are having difficulties getting vaccines because the pharmaceutical companies cannot secure immunity from lawsuits in places where there is no government structure to provide it for them. When asked, they said, "We're not here to save lives, just the opposite actually, and make billions doing it." A dog alerted mother that baby couldn't breathe. The Boston Terrier kept disobeying the mother's commands and kept getting underfoot. The commotion led to waking the sick baby up, making the mother realize that the baby was having a hard time breathing, that apparently only the dog could sense. They rushed the baby to the hospital where they cleared the 9-month-old's airways. It's sad when we live in a world where the best news of the day is a heroic dog, but I will take it where I can find it. A year after Biden promised not to shut down the country, the economy, and shut down the virus, the U.S. is on its third variant. World-famous Rockettes will not perform their holiday show. Saturday Night Live went on without an audience, and my favorite pizza place shut down because they couldn't find employees. And inflation is at a record high. When asked, supporters of the Biden said, "Yeah, but at least he's not Trump." Retired generals urged military to war game against U.S. citizens. 1 year after the Capitol protesters entered the Capitol, 3 retired generals called on leaders to take preventive measures, including war games against the civilian population. In response, Biden said, "Come on, man. I've got nuclear weapons and F-16s. Why do I need war games?" Congressional candidate Teddy Daniels posted on Facebook, "The power of evil lives on the cowardice of good." Facebook quickly deleted the post. When asked why the post was deleted, Facebook stated, "We just can't have our boss exposed with the truth," as they blew fire and brimstone from their mouths and nose. After being missing from the public for weeks, Chinese star made her first public comments since being missed on Sunday. A social media post from the tennis star on November 2nd accused former vice premier of forcing relations with her against her will. In a statement gave on Sunday, she said, "First, I need to stress one point, that it is extremely important. I have never said or written that anyone assaulted me." The American Communistic Party said, "Isn't it great? The communist government is always proven to be innocent of crimes charged against it. Crimes of genocide, torture, and slavery are over-exaggerated and always proven false." New York governor made it clear she will not be backing down from the mask mandates despite objections from the parents. Supporters of the mask mandate said, "Look, it's simple. We need to squash these kids' spirits before they're allowed to vote. We just can't have them thinking they are free to vote the way they want." West Virginia senator went against his party and voted against the Biden spending bill. The White House responded by stomping their feet and holding their breath, stating, "He went back on his pinky promise. Doesn't he know you're never supposed to go back on a pinky promise?" For a second time in a week, a fire has broken out at Fox News headquarters. The first one was a Christmas tree, and the second one was a trash compactor in the basement. Fox News responded by saying, "We're hot, much hotter than CNN." Studies showed that Moderna's vaccine is 4 times more likely to cause heart inflammation than Pfizer. Moderna responded by saying, if you have complications, the government will compensate you for damages. Pfizer responded by saying, woohoo! In your face, Moderna! For every one heart problem we have, you have 4. Newsweek interviewed a 73-year-old Vietnam vet, Mike Wampa's Nice Nanny, who walks with a cane and makes custom motorcycle luggage racks. Mike tells Newsweek that if Trump loses in 2024, he's going up there heavily armed to set things straight. Off-Grid News has a recommendation for anyone, including government officials. If you see Mike walking around your way with his cane, here's my suggestion. Turn around and calmly walk away. He's not going to catch you. Walmart is being sued allegedly for dumping over 1 million hazardous items a year. California filed a lawsuit against Walmart for allegedly disposing hazardous waste at a rate of more than 1 million items per year. The complaint also alleges Walmart has been breaking laws for the past 6 years. When asked, one Midwesterner said, "Man, I hate this for Walmart, but what are you gonna do? Apparently everything is illegal in California, except going to the bathroom on the sidewalk." Local government opposition, high taxes, and competition from unlicensed, aka illegal, competitors are forcing California push to provide a legal cannabis market to slow. One California representative said, "Wow, who knew that if you stopped arresting and not taxing illegal trade, but put undue burden on legal trade, that is, would harm legal business?" In a response, one Texas entrepreneur said, "Everyone in the free world knew. Duh! If you thought mask mandates and lockdowns, vaccine mandates, and not being able to buy food unless you're vaccinated was bad, how about a ban on smiling and laughing?" That's right, North Korea has banned laughing and smiling for 11 days to mourn the 10th anniversary of Kim Jong-il's death. Hope they don't watch this channel. One American socialist laughed out loud and said, "That's the way it should be when a great communist leader dies." When pressed, she didn't understand her hypocrisy. In Sweden, microchip insertion has been on the rise to identify vaccine status. This chip also can start your car, open your house door, use as an ID card, and it's all in your hand. You just swipe your hand. One computer hacker said, "Yes, finally, this is like shooting fish in a barrel." The American Institute for Economic Research revealed an alleged smear campaign on anti-lockdown scientists by the NIH, better known as the National Institute of Health. The group claimed that NIH emails from October 2020 that showed NIH director calling anti-lockdown scientists fringe epidemiologists. And Dr. Fauci wanted a quick and decisive publication takedown. Insiders said that Fauci was stomping his feet and holding his breath before saying, "I'm the king. They can't say that. I don't like it. Tell them to stop acting like children." So that's all your news that's not fit to print. Click subscribe to get more updates. Thanks for watching.